Okay, it's time for us Leaf fans to have a serious talk. What happened last night? The Leafs' performance last night was absolutely unacceptable. It's too late in the season for excuses, and the Leafs played a very important game against the Florida Panthers, and what I saw was completely unacceptable. Okay, now, some Leaf fans want to blame Craig Berube's system for the lack of scoring, but 5-on-5, the Leafs scored two and Florida scored one. The difference in the game was special teams. It is completely unacceptable that the Leafs can't score on the power play. They can't get one power play goal when they need it. It's unacceptable. It should be one of the primary reasons why Mitch Marner is kicked out of Toronto in free agency. All we hear is Magic Mitch. Oh, he's the magician. He's such a good magician that he makes himself disappear. Now, we're watching the game. Max Domi big hit. Max Domi fight. You see Willie make that gorgeous play to Tavares and they score. There are some guys on this team that understand the assignment. Max Domi completely understood the assignment. He said, who's the best on the Florida Panthers team that's missing Matthew Tkachuk? They don't have Marchand in the lineup. They don't have Ekblad in the lineup. Their best player was Sam Bennett. And what did Domi do? Perfectly clean hit, takes him out. And then when Sam Bennett goes after him, what does he do? He drops the gloves and he feeds him. Absolutely fed Sam Bennett. Now, Sam Bennett got pissed. And what happens? On the penalty kill, Simon Benoit, absolutely standing around doing nothing in front of the net, lets Sam Bennett come in and score a goal. And then what happens on the next power play? Jake McCabe standing in front of the net doing absolutely nothing. The fact that this guy got paid under any circumstances, any amount of money, the fact that fans in this town love Jake McCabe, he's one of the most useless defensemen in the history, but Chris Tanev got him paid. If I was Chris Tanev and I saw Jake McCabe's extension, I'd be like, you owe me at least 50 to 60% of that. Because no way in hell, if he continued to play like this without Chris Tanev making him look good, would he have gotten paid in Toronto. Jake McCabe and Benoit are the two most useless guys, but for some reason in this town, they're liked. I don't know what it is with this town, and if you're gritty and whatever, not listen. The days of Doug Gilmore and Wendell Clark and Darcy Tucker are over. In this NHL, you can't be that useless. I don't care how much you hit. I don't care you fight. It doesn't matter what you do. Okay? You are useless if you can't do the simple things. Jake McCabe's no look facing the boards backhand to the front of the net is a staple in every Toronto Maple Leaf game. And their defensive struggles are, you can't even count how many times they make mistakes. They're slow, they can't move the puck, they get hemmed in, and poor OEL and Chris Tanev have to just get stuck in sand, the quicksand, and you can't move the puck. I've never seen the Leafs slower in moving the puck out of their own zone than I have this season, and it's mostly because of McCabe and Benoit. But for them to just stand there and let Bennett come in front of the net and just score goals, it's remarkable to me how this team, after the way that they're built, and they have a defensive coach in Craig Berube running the system, that they can't figure out. Well, one, Mark Savard should have been fired months ago. You can't have a power play this bad and not fire the guy who runs the power play. So that's number one. But what are these guys doing on the penalty kill? You watch the Leafs power play. The puck moves around the perimeter 20 times, and it ends up back right where it started. Marner starts it, gives it to Matthews. Matthews passes it back to Willie. They're on the perimeter and they're not doing nothing. What do the Florida Panthers do? They pass it to the guy down low on the goal line, and then he just taps it out front to Bennett, who's all alone, completely by himself. What are you doing as a defenseman in front of the net if not clearing the front of the net? If you don't want to clear the front of the net, just take your skates off and get the hell out of town. It's you cannot get caught puck watching, especially if your name is Simon Benoit or Jake McCabe. You guys are not good enough. You're not Willie. You're not Matthews. You're not. There's a lot of guys who can get caught puck watching, but have the foot speed and the hockey acumen to get back into play. If you're not standing in front of the net, clearing out people in front of the net, what is it that you're doing out there other than looking slow and fumbling the puck? Last night's game was completely unacceptable. We're weeks away from the playoffs. Leafs can't score on the power play. Their penalty kill looks bad. 5-on-5, they were okay. But I mean, too many men. The too many men penalty last night is not what you're supposed to. I mean, Bobby McMahon, you're skating towards the bench and then you just beeline back into the play? For what reason? There wasn't even a scoring opportunity there. And then the guy jumps on the ice who's supposed to replace you, and then all of a sudden there's too many men. These brain cramps cannot happen. Get it out of your heads. Get it out of your system. I don't understand. Like, the Leafs were supposed to be this changed, complete. The too many men happened under Keefe, and they're happening now. So obviously the players aren't paying attention. You don't understand the urgency of the game. You don't understand where you are in the game. You gotta pinpoint key moments where you have to lock in and make safe plays. Come on. I mean, I'm positive all the time. The Leafs are a good team. Obviously, they're a good team because they've been going neck and neck with the Florida Panthers all season for the Atlantic Division. And obviously, the Florida Panthers are a really good team. And until now, they haven't been able to really gain too many points up on the Leafs. So the fact that the Leafs have gone through injuries and blah, 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 and all these different things. Matthews hurt for some of the season. And you're missing key players, but still you're in this position. So just lock in, dig deep. What is that last night? I mean, all it takes for the Leafs to fall apart on the power play is Scott Laughton fails to get the puck out, and then they just pass it down low and it's in the back of your net immediately. That's how bad you are. It takes a fluke play like that for you guys just to crumble. How do you call yourself contenders? I mean, I've lost a lot of hope and a lot of faith in this team after what I saw last night. Just simple plays that are easily fixable. I mean, those two plays in front of the net with Benoit and McCabe are easily fixable plays. But lock in. Dig deep. I mean, we need way more compete than that come the playoffs. I know you haven't been home for 5 or 6 weeks. I know you're tired. Always the first home game off a long road trip is not always your best game. But you got the Ottawa Senators on Saturday, and they're coming in hot. They are firing on all cylinders. You're going to get smoked by that team, and that's going to be even more embarrassing than what happened last night. I mean, I like, the Leafs need to show me something. I mean, like, you got to reward my faith in you. I mean, all season I've been on your side.